Okay, so like Em said, this is a website that accurately and quickly predicts the prices of flights. Uh, like I just said, we use a data set to predict the prices of flights based on things like when the flight leaves, what time it leaves, where you're going, and the length of the flight. Our goal in making this is to make things easier if you're trying to plan a trip because nobody is ever on top of everything. So this can help to alleviate that stress. In our process, we used a data set of I think around 300,000 rows to create good data. And we removed things like the flight number and the source city and instead added the distance column to make it more useful.
And then next off with the visualizations, Gunnar, you're up. I think he's not here. So our data consists of 6 different airlines as Vistara as the most, and then following with the Air India. And then for days until flight, this is a scatter plot that shows relationship between number of days left to buy a ticket and the price. So we can see that there's a trend of Vistara as has the highest number. It's like more expensive airline, and Air Asia is the cheaper one. And then with the average pricing, we also take the average price of each airline. We can see that Vistara has the highest, and then following Air India. And then Gianna, you're next.
This plot shows how the departure time affects the price, and when people are planning, they usually tend to care about when their flight arrives and departs. So you can see that most people don't take flights at the late night while they're more in the evening or morning. This is our heat map, and it shows correlation between different aspects of the flight and how they affect each other, including how they affect the price, like days left to purchase and how far you're traveling. This is our scatter plot that shows how the duration affects the price. So the duration is obviously how far you're traveling to. So if you're going to a further place, it may be more expensive. And it also shows that Vistara tends to be the more expensive airline.
And following the machine learning models, Anyesca, you're up.
Machine learning models. So linear regression is a model that finds one line to best match all the data points. This was our starting point, but we realized that since our data has a huge range, this was not the most accurate of our models. Our R-squared score was 0.91. Ridge regressions are used on multicollinear data, meaning that there are more than 2 correlated independent variables. Since it is multicollinear, there is a smaller chance of overfitting data. This model worked well with our data because multiple aspects of the flight affected the pricing. Our overall results for the ridge regression had an R squared of 0.907.
Random forest regressors are sets of decision trees. Each input will go through our 200 individual trees. A price will be given based on the average output of the trees. This model worked well due to the complicated relationships of data points and had an overall R-squared score of 0.978. We found this as our most accurate model. The multi-layer perceptron is an ML model that uses a neural network to generate outputs by studying and refining past inputs. When using this to predict prices, we found that the data was too large for it to run. Unfortunately, we were unable to get precise predictions with this model. The results only had an R-squared score of 0.819.
Following with the conclusion, Jaidan.
I think I was muted, sorry. Awesome job, awesome job, awesome job. My bad on that one. Again, it's great across the board. This is probably a lot more practical, just sort of something people are going to do on the day-to-day, something they can check in and check out with just a lot of the time. So, great job there.
We're not done yet. I think
that's embarrassing. I'm sorry.
no, you're good. I think one of my students not here.
That
So
makes
like
sense.
for the conclusion, so as the Nathan had said previously, our random forest regressor is the best model in predicting flight price, and we have a flight prediction user input place. So you can choose your airline. So I said Vistara is like the most expensive one, and we can see like how expensive it is. And then time to departure, you can choose like number of stops, time of arrival. For example, I want to arrive at evening, and then choose my class business. And then duration will just be how long the flight will be, for example, 10 hours. And then days until flight will be the day that you bought your ticket and the length between your actual day that you took a flight. For example, I bought it 50 days before, and then I want to flew around 1,000 kilometer, and then I can click on evaluate. It should be able to predict how expensive our flight should be. Oh, and keep in mind, it's in what is it called? It's in Indian dollar. Yeah, it's not USD. So. And then this will be our team. Yeah, and that will be it.